Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. Time to do an action figuring. And we're going to do an action figuring on a NECA toy. My gargoyles are NECAs, but a lot of people, got stuff to say about NECA, but NECA doesn't have the same kind of action figures as far as quality. But we're gonna get to that in a second here. Before we get to the unboxing, let's do what we always do before we do what we do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the page. Ooh, yeah, got that shine on it. Lothar from Defenders of the Earth. King features syndicate character. Friend and assistant of Mandrake the Magician. Also another King Syndicate character, along with the Phantom.
His strength is a legend, his skills conquer all. Armed with his power, we never will fall. Defenders of the Earth.
And then they all team together with Flash Gordon in a cartoon and comic book called Defenders of the Earth, which is where this figure comes from. But before we do the unboxing, let's learn a little bit about Lothar. And looky here, there's Lothar as Mandrake's friend and assistant, as described in Comic Vine. Right there, he's sporting a fez and some skin tight shorts and a leopard skin. Later on, for Defenders of the Earth, he got a little more clothing. But right now, let's learn a little bit about Lothar. And there ain't a whole lot here about Lothar, but let's go ahead. Lothar is one of the first Black crime-fighting heroes in history, as well as one of the first Black characters to be treated with respect. First being portrayed as wearing small shorts, fez, and a leopard skin, and speaking with poor English, his muscle far exceeded his mind. Okay, so Lothar was one of those characters. He was modernized in 1965 by artist Fred Fredericks. His clothes changed. He began speaking correct English and was portrayed more as Mandrake's friend, partner, and equal than as a simple manservant. Lothar and Drake are considered one, if not the first, interracial crime fighting teams, often credited as the strongest man in the world. Lothar lives up to this title. Lothar is Mandrake's best friend and crime fighting partner. He first met Mandrake when the magician was traveling through Africa. Lothar was Prince of the Seven Nations, a great union of tribes. He gave up a chance to be king to travel the globe with Mandrake fighting evil in all its forms. Gave up a throne of 7 nations to go run behind a white man. Okay, got it. Lothar and Mandrake appeared as regular characters in the 80s cartoon Defenders of the Earth, just like I said, alongside other King features characters, Flash Gordon, the Phantom, and Ming the Merciless. And how much more you need to know. Let's get this sucker unboxed, and then we're going to talk about the what's, the whys, the where's, the hows. Now, one thing I'm sure you will notice right off the bat, look at that face sculpt on the figure. Now let's look at the face sculpt on the box. not quite the same, is it? Yeah, he he looks very, I don't know. The sculpt looks very Zangief like. Not Zangief, I'm sorry. Balrog. There you go. Balrog. Kind of reminiscent of Balrog, ain't it? Just put some hair on it. You got a Balrog. But this is a very well detailed figure. Look at all the detail in the pouch there, and the boots, and the knee pads, and the musculature. This is a very well defined figure, man. I mean, NECA makes those gargoyle figures that are tight and don't really move around too much, but this, he's got a pretty fair range of motion there. Almost bring those suckers out. That's he's even got the toes, where you could break down to a hard sprint and curl it, So I mean, there's a lot of articulation on this figure. This figure stands about 7 inches, so back to back with a Marvel Legends. He's got about an inch. You can see it right there. He's head and shoulders, literally, over a Marvel Legends figure. Now, I ain't saying that, in no particular, as a knock on Marvel Legends, but, some figures have advantages of that other action figures don't. This is a pretty overall, like the detail in everything. I mean, look at that vest and the holster here, and even the accessories are copious and cool. We can take a look at the accessories here. He's got a pistol. It almost kind of looks like a laser pistol, which would make sense since it is he runs around with Flash Gordon. But I mean, look at that. That's nice little pistol. Got a little trigger finger there, nice little detail on that. And also they want effects, some live effects, and they got effects. So there you go, on his pistol. And he's got 2 different effects. You know what I'm saying? He's got this one, which is like a pew pew kind of thing. And, he's looking at you and he's like, pew, 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 fool, pew. Or he can even, I'm smoking, fool. We could do it like that. Shoot him, Jody. Nah, he don't look nothing. Nah, he look good too. Yeah, Jody don't look hard like that. Also, he's got the long range, energy blast that also fits onto the end of the gun. So he could be like, turn your punk ass over. Pow, pow, pow. That almost looks like water though, that color. Pow. But that could easily be remedied and painted red or rendered into a red or a yellow or something like that. But I mean, maybe he's got a freeze gun like Leonard Snart. Who knows? Also, that ain't even the coolest accessory. The cool, we've got the hands. You got extra hands for gripping and grabbing and punching. Okay, but also he's got a little bitty knife that fits in his little shoulder sling right there, like, so for quick access. And then the one that really gets me, see this rope right here, bruh, that's nice detail on rope. I mean, that's not real rope, but if you look at that, man, that's a hell of a paint job, ain't it? But also he's got this little grappling hook, and it's actually a functioning grappling hook. That's interesting. Okay. But NECA has never been one to skimp on the details. So that is what you got with my man Lothar. Other than that face sculpt and the limited mobility, but this vest actually comes off. And also, too, that's supposed to be a t-shirt underneath, and it's paint. It's just simply a paint job that they did. So that's either one skin tight t-shirt, or even up around, if you look up around the chest area, around the neck, there you see that, a little bit of details lacking in that area. But other than that, overall, man, the padding on the legs, the gun even fits in the holster. So I mean, he's a pretty detailed character, and it is Black History Month. So we got to celebrate them all. The well-known ones, the iconic ones, and even the not so well known and the not so iconic ones. Why is Lothar not higher up in the pantheon of Black characters? Oh, well, that's an easy one. Because it took them until 1985, when Defenders of the Earth came out, to elevate Lothar to anything other than manservant type of status. So how you going to become great amongst us being a sidekick or an assistant? I mean, later on, they were like, okay, he's a great tactician and strategist. Okay, but why wasn't he a great tactician and strategist in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s? You know what I mean? So it took until 1965 for somebody to say, let's make Lothar a little bit cooler. And maybe that's probably why Lothar isn't as well known with a lot of us. And a lot of us first introduction to Lothar is Defenders of the Earth in 1985. Overall, there's a great character. Action figure. You look at the detail. Look at the detail in this thing. I'm telling you, that is a beautiful action figure. Other than that face, I can't get past that face, bro. Look at that face. Golly. Okay, but it's NECA, so do what y'all do, fellas. 7-inch Lothar, Defenders of the Earth, action figures. And for the price and the accessories that you get, I say that's a pretty fair deal. They come in at about, I think, like 35, 37, something like that. But for what you get and the detail, I feel like it's worth it. So that's the action figuring, y'all. What'd you think? Drop it in the comments. That's it for now, but fear not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.